Hi, my name is Dorian Walker, and being a mom, a teacher, and a grad student, I thought I had a handle on how people grow. But my home life lately has felt less like parenting and more like a crash course in human evolution. If you have teenagers, you understand. My daughter Kylie and I aren't just clashing over screen time. We're both navigating massive shifts that seem to be playing out in albeit difficult sync. So for 22 years, I've been running a fourth grade classroom. I've taught second, third, and now fourth grade. And I can steer a group of 9 year olds through math and science with my eyes closed. But raising my 14-year-old daughter has been difficult and different than my oldest two sons. So my experience with my older sons, one is in college and one is running going into his senior year, didn't really prepare me for how to parent Kylie. So my default setting is teacher mode. They get on to me all the time about how I always sound like I'm teaching. In the classroom, it works. I mean, I lead, they follow. But at home, I was trying to manage Kylie the same way, and it was a mistake. Parenting a teenager isn't about leading or forcing outcomes. It's about shifting gears and finding a kind of patience I didn't know I needed. So Kylie is incredibly sharp, but lately she's hit a wall. It's not a lack of ability, it's a total lack of interest. She's checked out, phone in hand, doing the bare minimum. We were constantly at war over it. The nagging, taking away devices. It was exhausting. My husband and I tried swapping her phone for one of those dumb flip phones in a desperate attempt to break the cycle. Unfortunately, that did not work. While I was busy fighting the screen battle, I was secretly losing my own. I have a gym 5 minutes from my school, yet I couldn't bring myself to go. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I talk myself out of it. Too tired, too much laundry, too much paperwork. Then I get home and I beat myself up over it. I've learned through this course about how teenagers struggle to figure out who they are, and Kylie is right in the thick of it. The pressure on her is heavy. She's surrounded by educators. Her father and I are both work in education, after all. And I finally realized her apathy wasn't a flaw, it was a way to protect herself. She felt pushed into an academic path that wasn't hers, and pulling back into her phone was her way of saying, I don't have to fail if I don't try. She wasn't just avoiding schoolwork, she was avoiding the hard work of self discovery. And by tuning out and living through her phone, she found a safe place where she didn't have to be judged or measured. It was just a passive way to escape. And I found a connection with that with my own in my own journey. I had to shift my perspective on the phone. I used to see it as an enemy, but I realized it's her main connection to her friends, her lifeline. Fighting only made her pull away more, and I realized I was trying to manage her like a student rather than supporting her like a parent. And I needed to stop being a dictator and start being a secure base, someone she can turn to when things get tough. Now, in my own journey at 45, I'm at a crossroads. I've spent my life caring for others. I've neglected myself in the process. And I've realized through this course and through reading these theories that taking care of my own health isn't selfish. It's the only way I can truly be present for my family and students. And if I want to pour into them, I have to fill my own cup first. Why was I stuck? Well, I wasn't about it wasn't really about not wanting to work out. It was about the setup. I looked at the three-way trap of my environment, my thoughts and my actions. I realized I was setting myself up to fail before I even left work because I didn't see the reward until long after the effort. I had to change the environment to change the outcome. I discovered that it wasn't a lack of time that stopped me. It was the comfort trap. Driving home in silence was the instant reward. And the gym was the hard work here with no immediate payoff. And I had to stop relying on willpower and just start relying on structure. So, a few interventions I tried. One was Friday Flower Power with Kylie. It was a little bit awkward at first. So, what it was is every Friday, for an hour or so, we would put our phones in a basket off to the side and just bake and just talk. And it wasn't structured, it was just whatever she wanted to talk about. Like I said, it was a bit awkward. A lot of teenage groaning, especially with the title, but I'm a teacher, so I had to do it. But by putting the phones in a basket and just talking and cooking and laughing, that made a huge difference. Then there was our Sunday success session, and I shifted from manager to facilitator. So I took the time to listen to what she wanted to achieve, like what her goals were for the week or going forward, rather than telling her what she had to do. And it changed our whole dynamic. For my own habits, I ditched the willpower approach. Now it's all about the if-then plan. So if it's gym day, then I drive straight there. No negotiating. I pack my bag the night before, put it in my car, in the passenger seat, so I have to see it. And I used my morning energy to record voice notes for my exhausted afternoon self. And I let my husband in on the plan, so I have a partner in accountability. Now, the data didn't lie. These changes have started to stick. I'm hitting the gym consistently, and I've learned that 30-minute workout is definitely better than no workout at all. Kylie's shift has been just as rewarding. She's finding her own interests, like car detailing. She told me that she likes that. It helps to clear her mind. She likes to keep organized. And I would not have realized that had I not taken the time to understand her in a deeper way. And she's using her phone as a tool rather than a distraction. And it's been incredible to watch. So as we move from summer back into the rhythm of the school year, I know I'll need to adjust my approach. I'm shifting from daily morning videos to a weekly Sunday evening reflection. I also know that life happens, so I'm building in flexibility. If a school meeting runs late, I have a backup plan. Quick 20-minute body weight circuit at home so I can stay on track without feeling defeated. And looking back, we've both grown in parallel. I had to let go of teacher mode at home to create the space she needed to thrive. And by honoring my own growth, I regained the strength to be her anchor. And in return, she's finding her own path one step at a time. Thank you.